team in America, and it all starts with the way they move the ball. They share it, and they get a lot of ball reversals for good open looks.
Here's a drive to the basket by Shulga. In the corner. Jones, no good on the three, but they get the rebound. Shulga fires, no good.
Couldn't have started any better for Boise State. Utah State missing back-to-back threes. Now, you look at Boise State out there. Number 2, Tyson Degenhart.
And here's a great feed. And the finish by Najee Smith from Marcus Shaver.
They scored so quick I couldn't even get my thought in, but Degenhart at 6'7", they're playing small ball, Boise State. They play with a very small lineup. Degenhart down inside the middle, undersized against all these trees for Utah State.
And that's a wild shot, no good by Bairstow on the miss. Marcus Shaver, the hero of last game against San Jose State. There's Degenhart, tripping, falling, keeping his dribble somehow. Into the post, and he just missed a bunny.
Utah State, great three-point shooting team, but they play with pace. They like to push the basketball. As you see Ryland Jones just take it all by himself down the paint for the layup. That's what they'll do. If you try to take away the three, they're going to drive at you, or they'll throw it down inside the paint. If you try to take away the drive, they can knock down open shots.
Cannot stress this enough. Utah State is the best three-point shooting team in the Mountain West as Degenhart gets it to go inside. Degenhart, one of the best players from Spokane, Washington. And quickly the other way before we can even blink. They're scoring on the other end with Sean Bairstow.
Both these teams like to score at a high clip. And, you know, you're kind of moving your chess pieces here early on, trying to feel each other out, figuring out what that strike zone is for the officials. How's the other team going to play you? Do a great job so far.
Boise on the attack. Pump fake. Can't finish. And we want to welcome our new audience here in FS1. Utah State, Boise State. As Shulga's got it now for Jones. They reset. Wide open three. And that's not good defense from Boise State. That's what both of these head coaches, we talked to both before the game, you can't leave Utah State wide open from three. Just can't do it.
You can't do it. Utah State is the best three-point shooting team in America.
Utah State leads 7-6 early on. Here is Abo, wet on the jumper from 15 feet out.
This sellout crowd. We're just over 3 minutes into this game, and look at this score, 8-7, exactly what you thought it would be, a shootout between two terrific teams, two teams that traditionally have been powerhouses in the Mountain West in recent seasons.
Falk passes, Jones, no good, but a foul. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Foul goes against Trevin Dory, a 7-footer. Take a look at Leon Rice, 13th season as Boise State head coach. He is already the winningest coach in BSU history. Of course, the reigning champion head coach of the Boise State Broncos. Also has a regular season title in 2015. And we were talking to him before the game. He was very relaxed. He believes in his team. He's a guy that's been around. You're not going to fool him with anything.
Well, he's been fantastic here at Boise State. 20-plus wins in 9 of the last 12 years, and already this season, at one point, they had a 9-game winning streak. He feels really confident about this group, although they've got some new starters from last year's regular season and tournament championship Boise State team. They've got some new bodies in there, but they're continuing their winning tradition here in Boise.
And Lucas Milner in for Smith and Whiting in for Marcus Shaver early on as Rice goes to the bench. Jace Whiting, family of hoopers. His mom and dad both played. And now it's Degenhart, wide open, and he rattles it in. Tyson Degenhart. So both of these teams, Richie, are just giving up wide open jumpers early on. That's not going to be to the delight of any of these head coaches now, is it?
It isn't, but a quick response by Utah State. Here's the thing about it. Both these teams are doing a great job of sharing the basketball. And Utah State, a big reason why they knock down so many three-point shots, being the best in the country, is because they do such a good job of moving the ball. Take away the three, they'll drive. You take away the drive, they'll make a three. How about this?
He's speaking it into existence. And we're going to have our first time out of the game as Max Rice, the son of the coach, has got this crowd on fire. Boise State leading this one 14-9, and here are today's keys to the game, sponsored by Lowe's.
Well, you know, for Utah State, I think when they're playing a team like Boise State that's really good at getting to the basket, really good at knocking down three-point shots, Utah State has great length. They have to force Boise State into tough two-point shots. And Boise State playing against a team like Utah State, the best three-point shooting team in America, they have to get in the passing lanes, because by getting in the passing lanes, it takes away ball reversals, takes away the ball movement, and that's how the Aggies get their open three-point looks.
And here is Stephen Ashworth into the game for the first time, leading scorer in the Mountain West, and he's 5th in the entire NCAA in threes per game. So you want to know where he is at all times. And that shot is nearly blocked, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Look at the passion from Tyson Degenhardt as he hits the floor.
So let me talk about Degenhardt, because this is what he just did on defense. Look at him getting the exact right position. The offensive player is airborne and he takes the hit. He started the game, they started the game playing small ball. He was 6'7" in the middle. Since then, Lucas Milner came in number 25, played the middle, moved Degenhardt to the perimeter. He's knocked down a three, and now he's gotten a charge as a result. They do a great job of mixing up their lineups, the Boise State Broncos.
Here's a post move by Milner, no good. Boise State had hit 4 of their last 4 until that point, and here is a hack and a foul. 30 feet away from the basket. It's going to go against Jace Whiting. Picks up foul number 1.
Well, I'm excited to see Stephen Ashworth. He just, you know, got that foul called against Whiting. And Ashworth has gotten so much better every year. I remember his freshman year was a good player, 6 points per game. Sophomore year, about 8.5. This year, he's exploded. 17 points per game. A few rebounds. 4 or 5 assists, does such a fantastic job leading this team, and Ashworth does it off the bench.
Watch out, oh, and Akin misses on the dunk. Rice will have it. Here's Abo, back for Degenhardt. Degenhardt's had a great start to this game on both ends of the floor. Rice dumps down for Milner, and that is way too easy. 16-9, Boise State trying to run Utah off the floor early on. Akin can't finish. Heavy traffic. Rice thought about it. Now he'll flip it in the corner. Abo, no good. Back and forth they go. This pace, Richie, has been just excellent.
It really is. It has been. It's a high possession game. They're doing a great job of getting the ball down to Akin. And he feels like 2 of the last 3 possessions to the basket, he feels like he's getting fouled and there's no call. So officials let them play a little physical.
Oh boy, bodies hitting the deck everywhere. Here comes Utah State with a 5-on-3 break.
Great pass.
Akin can't get it to go, and that might be a tech.
I'm not sure how the officials missed that one, but the crowd is certainly not happy about it. Here it is right here. So great pass by Ashworth down into Akin. Finally gets the foul he wanted. He's frustrated, and he taps the ball into the audience. Got away with that one.
I wonder who's more frustrated at that, Akin on the miss or the crowd for not getting a technical.
You know, look, he had a missed dunk. He thought he got fouled. 2 plays later, he went to the basket, thought he got fouled. Calls weren't called. Finally, the foul was called, and I think in his mind, he's kind of like, finally. But
Akin at the line. 67% free throw shooter, and he misses the first one. Akin is one of Ryan Odom's favorite players, you could say. He brought him all the way over from London, and then was his head coach at UMBC. And then after he transferred to Cal Baptist, still came back here to play for Ryan Odom. So see if he can get one at the line here, and he gets 1 of 2.
So Akin's going to come out of the game now. Trevin Dorius, I think he's going to sub in for him. I think that's a good move by Coach Ryan Odom. He knows Akin is a little bit hot right now. He's frustrated. Bringing another player, bigger, stronger guy down in the middle.
Here's Boise State. Shaver attacking. Guarded by Ashworth. Whiting, another corner three by Abo is no good. Contact after, no call. Utah State run the other way in a 16-10 hole. Attacking, Shulga for Jake Funk. Oh, he could have taken that jumper, didn't want it. He's instead going to attack and throw it down. And that pass is batted out of there. Good defense by Boise State.
I tell you, Utah State does a great job of moving without the basketball. Okay, you talk about all these trainers and whatnot. You always learn what to do with the ball in your hand. But really, in reality, even the point guards don't have the ball in their hand that much during the game. You have to know how to be a threat on the offensive end when you don't have the ball. And that's making proper cuts, reading the defense the right way, and then having the ball delivered to you in the right spot.
Another wide open three. No good. Look at Shaver get the rebound. He's the best rebounding guard in the Mountain West at just over 6 a game.
Doing it against all these trees. Utah State is massive.
And attacking Abo. Lefty layup is good. Boise State is really trying to run them out of here. Hamoda no good. Bad start for Utah State. They've got to recover. Shaver nearly traveled. Pull up. Back rim no good by Abo. Rebound controlled by Utah State, and they're running. Here's Ashworth with it. Okey-doke. Maneuvers. Manipulates. And a great pass down for a slam dunk. Trevin Dorius on the finish.
The footwork on Dorius. I mean, that was dynamic. To have the presence of mind to know where the defense is, the patience to slow down and take the appropriate shot at the right time. Got himself a dunk.
Shaver trying to create a lot of contact, Trae Young style. Oh, what a no-look pass, but it's swatted out of there by Bairstow. And here comes Utah State. Idle Rock to the basket. Ran a man over and he's fouled. Crowd doesn't like it, but that's because they're all wearing blue and orange.
You're right about that, huh? Oh, good basketball by Utah State here, pushing the basketball. Great defensive stop. Hey, how about making our defense our offense and everybody running the floor for the Aggies?
(18-12) here. Boise State is leading early on with just under 12 minutes to go in the half. And take a look here at Tyson Degenhardt and what he's done.
He's so versatile. He does a great job. He started the game as the 5-man center in a 4-round-1 offense. Then they pushed him to the wing. He knocked down this 3-point shot. He took a charge on the other end of the floor shortly thereafter. Here it is right here. Boom, takes the charge. Just love what you see in Tyson Degenhardt, the sophomore. He was the freshman of the year in the Mountain West a season ago. And he has so much basketball savvy. I really like his game, the vocal leader on this team.
Tyson Degenhardt was the Mountain West Freshman of the Year last year. 4th most freshman starts in Boise State history, so tells you that the coach trusts him.
So a little confusion here.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on, but we do know Idle Rock will be at the free throw line for one more.
So here's the story here. Utah State is 1 of 6 from 3. 1 of 6 for 17%. This is a team that leads the nation in 3-point shooting at 43%. So difficult start for the Aggies.
Confusion was about whether it was going to be an N1, and it is. Idle Rock at the free throw line, and he knocks it down. His teammate Dan Atkin was also on the same high school team. They both played in England at Barking Abbey and were both brought over by head coach Ryan Odom at UMBC. Pressure defense here by Utah State as they try to get more aggressive on the defensive end. Ashworth tries to fight around the screen.
And I feel like Ashworth did a really good job getting over the top of that ball screen. If it goes under, 3-point shot's going up.
Aggressive move by Hamoda, and he can't get it to go. 18-15. You feel like Boise State has dominated this game, but they're only up by 3. As there's going to be a foul on the ground. Najee Smith was attacking.
Najee Smith is just, he is a physical specimen. 6'7" strong. It's hard to post up in the middle of the paint. I mean, he got the ball from the top of the key down inside the paint. while he was in the lane. He was able to face up and make a move to the basket. Crafty footwork, good fundamentals, strength and athleticism all put together.
Here's Rice driving, and that's blocked from behind, but a foul. Idlerock was the one who blocked it, but I'm not sure he's going to pick up the foul. Actually, they're going to say offensive foul. Wow.
Offensive foul. So watch Degenhart right here. He fakes like he's going right. Ashworth does a really good job of getting into the spot, taking the player control foul. And maybe that'll get Ashworth going. Ashworth, the leading scorer in this Utah State squad. Hasn't even taken a shot yet so far in this game.
Sean Bairstow, by the way, who has started all 15 games for Ryan Odom. He's on the bench with 2 fouls. May not see him for a while.
Boise State's going to pick up the pressure here. Full court man-to-man.
And then they call off the dogs, so no real issue breaking the press. Idlerock will initiate. Here is Funk. Oh, he nearly traveled. Step back. No good. Hamona fights for the rebound. Gets it back to Funk, and he runs over a man. And that's going to go the other way. That's his second.
How about it? It's 2 players for Utah State with 2 now. Here it is right here, Funk. And watch this rebound right here. He just barrels his shoulder into the defender right here. Boom.
Yep.
Freshman Kobe Young taking the charge, huh?
Both these teams fighting for supremacy early on. Here is Rice in the paint. Wild shot, no good. Oh, Hamona hits a deck in the backcourt. Ashworth doesn't care.
Oh.
He's going to step back and miss a 3.
That was pretty, though.
One of the prettiest misses you'll ever see. Shaver, oh! And he breaks off the defender.
And you saw what Shaver was going to do, didn't you? About to do that step back 3. He loves the step back 3. When they beat San Jose State at home just a game ago, he won it by 3 on a step back 3 on the wing.
Boise State, by the way, has one of their last 8. They're in a drought spanning 2.5 minutes. And Marcus Shaver, that step back is lethal, and Utah State knows all about it. Last year, Marcus Shaver was the one that drove the dagger into the coffin of Utah State in Logan with the step back 3. And here's going to be an offensive foul, illegal screen. And that's been an emphasis, and Leon Rice doesn't like that, but they emphasize that these big men must set their feet and not move at all.
He also extended his arm.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's an easy call.
Ashworth, and oh my goodness. And you can just feel that this Boise State crowd is not happy with the way that this game has gone.
Oh, look right here. He picks his pocket, but there is contact.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's another good call by the official. Look, here's what's going on here. Utah State was preseason picked to finish 8th out of 11 teams in the Mountain West. And Boise State picked to finish 3rd after winning it last year. Utah State has something to say about that.
This can't happen if you're Boise, but he misses. Ashworth misses. Shaver fires, and he hits. And we have a player down on the other side of the floor. That looks like it is Rylan Jones. Slow to get up. And looks like he's okay. But how about Marcus Shaver with absolutely no conscience, as Ashworth missed on one end. And Shaver went down and said, hey, you can hit threes, well, I can do it just as well as you can.
Anything you can do, I can do better, right? He comes down and actually makes the three-point shot.
Ashworth is scoreless right now, and
well, he's only played 6 minutes. Ashworth comes off the bench as the leading scorer for Utah State, 17 a game.
And
no, it's funny, is Utah State, 2 of their 3 top scorers come off the bench. I mean, they do a really good job. They have their lineup they like to start the game with, and they have a lot of firepower offensively that comes off the bench and kind of lights things up. And again, Utah State is really struggling to knock down the long ball. 1 of 8 right now, and it's still a fairly tight game.
So there was a foul on Kobe Young, and they're in the bonus. That's why Jones was marched all the way to the free throw line on the Boise State made basket. Don't see that very often. Shaver, oh, a great pocket pass to Smith. Can't finish but a foul.
That was on Trevin Warriors, second personal. Team foul, 7 on.
Well, they do a really good job with the pick and roll, don't they? And Shaver seems to do a really good job of threading the needle and putting that ball on a silver platter right where his teammates want it. That's knowing your personnel. That's knowing your teammates.
And first free throw no good by Najee Smith.
I really like Smith for a lot of reasons. He's a great player. You know, it's hard to match his energy level. He's really good on the defensive end, gets about a block a game. But he's a player that really trusted the process. He was a junior college transfer. His junior year, he was basically waving the towel, 1 point a game. Last year, 5 points per game. Now he was in that extra 5th COVID year. And he's about 9.5 points per game.
Missed the free throw, but guess who's in there for an offensive rebound? It's Tyson Dagenhart again. He just seems to be doing all the little things here for Boise State. And he finds himself open, doesn't take the shot. Now he's going to get it on the repost. They double. Shaver has it, 4 in the shot clock. He's got to fire. Abo, and he knocks it down. Shot clock cheese. Excellent job by Boise State knowing where the shot clock was. As Shulga tries to respond, and it's no good. Ball bouncing everywhere on the backboard except for going in. Boise State is trying to run them out of the building. Dagenhart, and he hits it again.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Heavyweight punches being thrown by Boise State. Shulga in trouble, and he traveled. 8-0 run. Utah State has got to find a way to stop this momentum before things get out of hand.
Tyson Dagenhart comes in here.
Look at
makes
that.
a 3-point shot, but what I love about it, he comes down, he recognizes what the other team's going to do, and he calls out the other team's play. I love that. Not just an offensive player. Runs down the floor, gets on defense, tells his teammates the play call that they practice and shoot around.
And that right there is a play that drives defenders crazy.
Oh, I hate to see this for Ashworth.
And Ashworth had his face hit. Shaver was coming around. You see that a lot by guards in the NBA where they come around, they feel the defender behind them and draw the foul. But it looked like Shaver came up into his motion.
Well, here's
a
little dribble handoff, a DHO. Shaver goes up and hits him on the lower side of the face.
Are they going to review this possibly for a shot to the face? It looks like that is indeed what they're going to do.
Let's see if we can get some clarification on that.
And Ashworth is down. His teammates were motioning for a review, and here's the play again. And
I don't think there was any ill intent on that shot.
He was just going into his motion and felt Ashworth behind him, and in my opinion, smartly took a shot, but unfortunate that Ashworth took a shot to the face. But
well, you know why he got hit in the face? Because he's playing good hard defense the way he's supposed to be.
Yep.
He's going over top of ball screens the way he's told to do it when guarding a player like Marcus Shaver. You can't go under a ball screen on a Marcus Shaver. You want to know why? He'll pop the three.
Sure will.
If you go over it, maybe he continues to drive, but then you have help there. He's too dangerous of a three-point shooter. Even though his numbers are down this year, he's been known to hit clutch shots, including the game winners we talked about just a moment ago.
Shaver at the line where he's 71% of the season, and that one can't knock it down. Shaver transferred from Portland after his sophomore year, and this is his third year with Boise State.
I remember him at Portland. He was his freshman and sophomore year. He was an all-conference player in the WCC, competing there with players from Gonzaga, St. Mary's, BYU. He's a good player.
Knocks down 2 of 3. Utah State has not scored in just over 3.5 minutes. Here's the guy to do it. If you're Utah State, he fires a 3, can't get it to go. They are cold. Shaver, floater, no good. Smith can't get the rebound. Here comes Utah State on a mini break. Utah State has not lost when they've scored over 80. That's the number that Leon Rice is looking at. Oh, what a move by Hamoda. Can't get it to go. Didn't realize that he cooked the defender like that and found himself wide open. Wasn't expecting the shot. Rushed it a little bit. Here's Degenhart. Degenhart against Akin, fighting.
Wow.
And can't get it to go, but excellent post move. Just couldn't finish. And Hamoda's wide open on the wing. Shulga doesn't even look his way. He's still open in the corner. Ashworth. And it's nearly stolen, and they foul him. So it's another one of those where you like the aggressive defense, and they got to do something more than play a little bit more defense as they're down 28-15. We'll be right back. Well, Utah State is one of the best teams in the entire country when it comes to offensive efficiency, but Richie, as you noted earlier, they're shooting 27%. What is going on with Utah State?
Well, you can credit a lot of it to Boise State's defense. We keep talking about how great Utah State's offense is. Boise State's defense, they hold teams to under 60 points per game. And they have a plus 11 points per game on the season between their team and the other teams. Their defense is outstanding. They hold teams to 28% from the three. They just do a really good job of being in the passing lanes and not letting players drive. They're physical down inside. It's really impressive what Boise State has done to this fantastic offense in Utah State tonight.
Ashworth at the line, and he rolls in first of the 1-on-1. By the way, that last foul went against Shibuzo Abo, and that's foul number 3 for him. So one of their best players and their best shooter, 44%, is going to be gone for a while as well. And Ashworth misses free throw number 2. So you're going to see a lot of minutes here for Kobe Young, redshirt freshman guard. He's in there with Degenhart and Rice. Milner. As they swing it around, Rice attacks and it's stolen away. Utah State's got a 3-on-1. Shulga, Euro step. Can't get it to go, but Atkins on the follow.
And that's why you follow your shot. You know, young players, they play pickup ball. They don't even run past half court on fast breaks. In real organized basketball, you have to run. For reasons like that, you just got yourself a bucket. That could be the difference between a win and a loss.
Kobe Young. Just talked about him. Rattles in the jumper.
He's a freshman, and he's already knocking down consistent mid-range shots off the bounce. That's impressive.
True to his name.
He's young.
And he's Kobe. Here's a near steal. Atkins got it in the post. Nowhere to go. Shot clock winding down at 10. Shulga dumps it off to Atkins. He goes to the basket. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled. And Richie, a lot of fouls here by both teams.
Well, yeah, it's a physical game. Watch this again. Another thread-the-needle pass in between two defenders. Both these teams do a really good job of ball screening and rolling. And when you do that, oftentimes the help side defender, in this case Boise State, had to come and help on Akin. And the foul.
And he's back at the line, 1 of 2 from the line today. That slow release and in and out, no good. Free throw line can be a chore for a lot of these big men. We've seen both in college basketball and the NBA. We've seen some teams and some players really try to do anything they can to make their free throws. We've seen a couple of players switch hands. Tristan Thompson famously did that to try and see if he could knock down better free throws. So Atkins got a long release as a long three-pointer is knocked down by Ryland Jones, created, Richie, by the offensive rebound on a missed free throw. They get 4.
Best shot in basketball is the kick-out shot after a rebound. Offensive board. Ryland Jones transferred from Utah, now at Utah State. He's clutch now. Really impressed when I saw him play at Utah a couple years ago.
Oh, and Shaver, pass intended for Milner, couldn't get it there. And here's Utah State now. They're on a little bit of a momentum. Ashworth. Oh, Shulga fires, can't hit. Oh, Young behind the back on a fast break. Shaver looks off a defender, fires, and knocks it down. Big shot, Shaver.
He's special, man. Lightning quick. He's electric. Brings a different speed to this offense.
33-21. Post for Bairstow. A fadeaway and knocks it down. That's a beautiful shot right there. Quiets the crowd momentarily, but they're still down by 10. And Richie, we talked about styles making fights, and we thought that Utah State was the team that's going to come out and fire and hit a bunch of threes. But check this out. Boise State shooting 71% from beyond the arc. Foul called against Shoga. What's up with that?
With what?
Boise State being out of its mind from downtown.
Well, you know what? They got the home crowd behind them. And you know, if you, this crowd right here, Boise State, they love, I mean, any crowd. If you're showing that you're hustling, you're diving on the floor for loose balls, you're taking charges, you're getting the 50-50 balls, the crowd will get behind you. This crowd's helping them. And they're getting some great defensive stops. Best defensive team in the Mountain West. And they're converting on the other end. They have a lot of momentum right now. I think they're doing a really good job of attacking the size that Utah State has. They're huge.
Two free throws knocked down. The foul went against Akin. He picked up his first. Shoga goes to the basket, and he can't get it to go over the foul.
Second personal. Team foul 10 on the Broncos. And now on the double ball.
Second foul on Milner. So number 30 is not on the roster. It's Najee Smith. He's changed his jersey. Maybe got some blood on it. Goes from number 23 to number 30. Couldn't figure out who that was on the floor.
The mystery is now solved. Oh. But look, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, Boise State got a bit of a comfortable lead, but you can't get too comfortable when you're playing against a team that averages 80 a game. Utah State really struggling to score the basketball right now. I think they're going to make a run at some point in this game, whether it's here down the rest of the first half or in the second half. They are too good. They're too lethal. They got too great of shooters not to. So it's not like Boise State, by any stretch of the imagination, can rest at any given time. They're explosive.
Whiting has it now for Rice. Here's another post touch for Tyson Degenhart, who's got 10 points to lead the Broncos in scoring. And he takes a little while now to get it around. They're moving it. 2 in the shot clock. Does Rice know it? He does. Can't get it to go. But what a tip by Kobe Young. Timed that perfectly. Jones tries to answer. In and out, no good. Attacking is Najee Smith.
This freshman Kobe Young, he's come in and made some plays right away, hasn't he? Made a mid-range shot.
Look at this.
Speaking of freshmen, huh?
Jace Whiting right to the rim.
Boise State with 2 freshmen in the lineup right now. And they're looking good. Real good.
And Shoga, another NBA move. Draw a foul, and that's how we'll take this next break. And Boise State, 39-25. They are attempting to run Utah right back to Logan. See if they can continue this after the break. Tuesday on FS1, it's another huge Big East doubleheader as Butler battles St. John, 6:30 Eastern. Then Seton Hall takes on Georgetown at 8:30 Eastern. The Big East takes the spotlight Tuesday, 6:30 Eastern on FS1. Meanwhile, right here in Extra Mile, story of the game thus far is the Broncos have completely flipped the script on Utah State. They've been firing and firing away from downtown, and they've been hitting.
No doubt about that. You know, we thought Utah State would be doing that. They're 2 of 13 from 3, but Boise State taken 7, made 5. Get this, 71% from 3 is the home team, but they're 53% from the field. It's fantastic the way they're scoring the basketball right now. This home crowd is incredible, is it not? What
Sure
an
is.
advantage.
You called it, Richie. You said it was going to be a great environment, and I think it's living up to its name.
Did I lie?
You did not.
You trust me now.
Shulga at the free throw line, missed the first one. 83% on the year, and he missed 2.
Well,
That's not like
one,
him.
yeah, I mean, the last one, he backed up off the line before the ball even hit the rim. It's a common mistake a lot of players make.
Shaver to come get it. Around a Degenhardt screen. Is in a little bit of trouble, guarded by Akin. Shot clock winding down, it's at 8. Rice is 35 feet away from the basket. He goes into his move, and he doesn't get that one to go. Rebound tipped and controlled in the hands of Akin, and now Shulga's got it. Leads the team in assists.
Now, if you're Utah State and you can get this down to single digits before halftime, you're feeling pretty good going into the locker room. That's a good move right there. You know, getting into the paint. If you get into the paint as an offensive basketball player, probably something good's going to happen. You're going to get a good shot off.
And Shulga just knocked down his first field goal of the game. Was 0-4 before that shot. Here's Degenhardt going to work in the post again. Ooh. And excellent defense by Akin. They're going to call Degenhardt for an offensive foul. It was good defense on Akin. I thought it was just a clean knockout. Let's take a look at it again. And that's not a foul. It's just a clean strip.
Oh, the crowd seized on the jump.
That's not a foul.
Well, that's going to give 2 fouls to Degenhardt.
So
Degenhardt now with his 2nd foul.
Yep. So that was great.
He wants an explanation.
Yep. It was great defense. It should have been ball out of bounds too. To Boise State. Take a look at the Mountain West Conference standings while we have a second. Nevada leading things right now, 4-0 in the conference. Look at all that competition at the top of the Mountain West, and we were talking about this a little bit. Mountain West is one of the best conferences in the country, ranked higher than other Power 5 conferences.
Yeah, they're 5th in the net rankings. That's better than the Pac-12. That's better than the ACC. I'm hearing anywhere from 2 to 4 teams out of the Mountain West could make it to the NCAA tournament. They've had multiple teams for a long time now.
Lob off the mark to Akin, and that's going to be an out of bounds. So all's well that ends well. They get the ball, don't lie, possession. Of course, Boise State last year won the league, got that automatic bid to the tournament where they did lose to number 9 Memphis. Leon Rice still looking for that elusive first March Madness win. Degenhardt pauses in the lane and scores.
And that takes maturity. Oh, how about this?
As Jones hits the floor. A lot of confusion here on what is going on with the referees. They're doing a lot of talking. They called Shaver in the backcourt for a foul. That's his 2nd.
You're right. A lot of fouls being called in this game. This game is what you call a slobber knocker.
Sure is.
Physical game between 2 teams.
Slobber knocker, huh?
Slobber knocker.
It's the first time I've heard that word. I think I'm going to use it in the next broadcast.
Only if it is a slobber knocker.
Jones can't hit the free throw, and Utah State is really struggling from the line. Just not characteristic basketball they're playing right now. And I can guarantee you Ryan Odom's going to have a few choice words for Utah State going into the locker room.
Well, you know, they're getting some good looks off. They're just not knocking them down. I mean, honestly, they're getting some great looks.
They are also turning the Broncos over a lot. Broncos 4 turnovers, but they haven't been able to convert them into points. Here is Shulga probing. Long time in the key. No action going on. Here's Akin to set a screen. Jones goes the other way around the screen. Hesitates, floating the lane, needs a back rim roll, doesn't get it. Jace Whiting yanks it down. 41-28 now as we come up to the end of the first half. They'll have one more possession. Let's see how they play it. Oh, Whiting wanted to go to Degenhardt. Whiting for Najee Smith. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Degenhardt again from the post. He's playing that small ball 5. Pounding his way in, and this time Atkins called for a foul.
Well, that's going to give Atkins his 3rd foul.
Team foul 10 on the
I like how so good Degenhardt at backing down. And you don't know if he's going to come and face you up or post you up with his back to the basket. Should be 3 fouls now at number 30, Atkins.
Nevertheless, it'll be Degenhardt at the line, and we'll try to clear up exactly how many fouls he has, because he is one of the most important players on the team. And they're going to bring in the 7-footer, Trayvon Dorius, to play defense for these last 38.4 seconds. Boise State holding a 41-28 advantage. Degenhardt back at the free throw line, and he knocks down the second. Here comes Milner in to replace Degenhardt.
Utah State is really missing some big buckets that they traditionally get from Stephen Ashworth. He's having a rough game, but he's not the only one. There's a lot of players in this Utah State squad that's getting locked up by the defense of Boise State. You can't buy a 3-pointer.
And give Shulga credit. He's tried to get more aggressive and try to take over the game as he goes right to the basket and scores.
He used his body beautifully. Now, Boise State, 15 seconds. You take the final shot. Don't give Utah State an opportunity to knock down a 3 at the buzzer.
Shaver is not on the floor. It'll be Whiting. 6 seconds. Max Rice fires a 30-footer and knocks it down. And that punctuates an exiguous half by Boise State, as they have now ran their lead up 45-30.
Look how deep this 3-pointer was. It's a 25-footer from behind the arc. And now you have a team in Boise State at home who's been outstanding on offense and really darn good on the defensive end here in the first half.
So Boise State attempting to finish off Utah State right here in Extra Mile Arena.